Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Midweek minis. It's time to do some short, free personal card readings. Um, I see somebody's here. Good to see you. I thought I'd wait for the notifications to go out.
Somebody's here. Good to see you.
And I do this every time. That's so funny. I was talking about this on Herc 213 yesterday. Why every week I cannot remember to turn the volume, mute my cell phone. Mute your cell phone, girlfriend. It's like I need somebody to go through my checklist and say, did you do, before you go live. And it's always the thing I forget. Always. Patterns, folks, patterns. Oh, yes. Well, finally, it cooled off again here. God, we're 90s over the weekend, like mid 90s. And then the wind started to blow, and it blew in a rainstorm north of us, rain and snow northern Arizona. But it bypassed us. So we just got the cooler air, which was a warm welcome respite. I love it when it happens on Tuesday nights because I don't usually sleep very well on Tuesdays. Hey, Muscle! Good to see you, my friend. How are you? How are you? Hey. Yeah. Are you? Or I'm wondering if they're the leftovers from all the tornadoes and stuff that hit the Midwest, headed east on up yesterday. It's crazy, huh? This weather makes no sense. It's just doing this all year. But back in 2020, we only had 2.26 inches of rain all year here. We normally get about 13 and average about 13 inches of rain. 2.2 inches. I mean, that was crazy. Crazy. Long day. Made some deliveries this morning, finishing the day in the sawmill. Oh, that's hard work, but I love the smell of fresh sawed wood. Oh, hey, it can be killed too. Hey, Sharon Sipe, Linda Sandoval. Thank you. Hi. Welcome. It's good to see you. Oh, and Marsha Hostetler. Hi, sweetheart. Welcome. Good to see you. Oh my goodness, my old buddies. My old moderator friends from 2 years ago with Black and Orange. Back when I didn't want to show my face on here. Now I don't care. Shoot, I jumped on yesterday was Herc 213's birthday. So he was having a birthday celebration. I thought, I'll pop on there, wish him happy birthday, and just pop right off. No, I was there for almost 3 hours. We had a ball. We had a Stony. Hello, Stony Baker. Mwah. Yes, we had a ball. I even took my computer in the grow room and on someone else's channel. It's all right. It was cool. He was like, "Oh, I want some." They're all going, "We want to buy from you." Nope. No, don't sell it. I don't sell it. No, I'm kind of a glasses whore, dude. I have lots of glasses, but yeah, these are new. I just got them a couple weeks ago. They're just reader glasses, They don't fix cataracts, though. You've got a cataract in your right eye, and I got one in my left. But one in my left isn't a problem. Here, to keep cataracts from getting worse, they tell you to wear sunglasses. When you go outside, don't go outside without sunglasses. Because that sun is bad, bad, bad for your eyes. I have a cat hair tickling my nose. Yeah, they suck. They'll make you blind. You'll have to go. You will have to go have surgery, dude. So you might as well go get them checked out and see, if you need to. And if you need to, do it. Just when you do it, when they do surgery on it, whatever you do, no matter what the temptation, do not bend over when you're recuperating. Do not bend over and pick up anything off of the floor. Don't bend over to pet the kitties. Don't bend over to pat your wife. Don't pat the woman in places. The warden is like, no, I'm sure she'll be watching you like a hawk too when you have that surgery. It's not a bad surgery, and you'll be really glad when you have it done, because it doesn't take very long to heal, and it's really not a bad surgery now. Yeah, bend over. What happens? You can break the blood vessel in the retina of your eye, or in the inside of your eye, and it can actually make you blind permanently. So, yeah, your eyeballs don't pop out, my friend, but your blood vessels can pop. So yeah, that's one thing that they'll tell you is don't bend over. And the temptation is you do it without thinking about it. It's really, really easy to do. So yeah, it's been a hell of a week so far. It's funny. I do the 2 live streams 2 days in a row. And then yesterday I was like, yeah, just pop on. No makeup, nothing. Just shove my hair up in my hat and my straw fedora. And we had a ball. It was so much fun. It was really fun. Yeah. Yeah. On your little dog. See, that's why I was telling him he has cats. It's like, don't bend over to pet your cat. Don't bend over to pick up a quarter if you see it, you can see a penny on the sidewalk. Ask whoever you're with, if you're with someone, to pick it up for you. Otherwise, leave it for the next guy, because it can cost you your sight. My neighbor across the street, that's how come I know it. She bent over. She dropped a quarter on the floor, bent over without thinking about it to pick up the quarter, and popped the blood vessel in her eye, and that was that. It has been a hell of a week, and it's only fucking Wednesday. Why? Signs everywhere, signs. Yeah. Talking about the scenery. I can try to remember the rest of the words to the song. Talking about the scenery, making my mind. I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure that's wrong. I want to harvest so bad. I'm going to be doing good to do it on 4/20. That's the date I'm shooting for now, because we just started week 9 today. So next Wednesday, which is 4/20, would be the end of week 9, which is, I still keep waiting for the damn leaves to fade. They're so full of chlorophyll, and all I'm doing is watering. I don't put anything in the water. It's just pH balanced water. That's it. I'm not even putting molasses in there now. And they're still just this damn dark green. They are starting to fade around the veins. So, yeah, do this, don't do that. Can't you read the signs? Oh, you got a whole shed, dude. But oh boy, dude, we're going to be both in trim jail together. We'll be hanging out in the middle of the night, getting sticky fingers, fucking up the scenery, breaking my mind. Can't do this, can't do that. Can't you read the signs? Yeah. Well, sorry about that. Kind of helps if you have tune in the background to stay on key. That's one of my favorite songs. That's a good song. Boy, have we been getting signs this weekend or this week. And Saturday, sorry, the 16th, full moon. So if you're going to pop beans, this is the weekend. And I'm feeling it, man. It's kicking my butt. Maybe it's don't do this. Yeah, it's don't do this, don't do that. And I hate that word, but I don't like can't either. Because both of them are discounting, restricting, and they actually do nothing for you. Somebody tells you you can't. Somebody tells me I can't. You know what I have a tendency to do? Watch me. Don't tell me I can't, because I'll do it. Even if I don't want to, just don't tell me I can't. I don't know, Moss Hole. I didn't read the sign. You guys are funny. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll be next Wednesday, which is 420. We'll be at the end of 17 weeks, which is what you told me I should be at. I'm going to see if I can go a little longer. I don't know. The hairs are definitely lots of amber, but still no amber tops on the trichomes. Trichomes are frosty. There's not hardly any clear ones left. They're all frosty. So I may be doing good to make it to 420. So I'm really checking it close every day. She did. Ah, Benny Loco. We love our Benny. Benny sent you some awesome dabbage. Awesome. Well, she knows her shit, that's for sure. Yeah. A picture tells 1,000 words. Well, I posted today's pictures. They're on Instagram. And let me see. Get the phone out of the holder. And we'll do this. I need my pictures. I'll pull up a close-up for you. That's this morning. That's this morning. So see, there's still white hair. And that's the top of that one bud that I have that's like probably 8 or 10 inches long. But that's the top of it. So it's fuzzy like and coated like that. Oh, I want to harvest. I want to harvest. But hi, Janet P. So what do you think, gentlemen? I mean, you two are the pros. Beside that, Stoney, it's your girl. I'm happy. Wow. She just been, I don't know if it's the mice. Had a mouse in there digging, but not getting caught. And then today, no mouse. So I don't know if it gave up because there wasn't anything to eat. Because it wasn't digging tunnels or anything. It just dig a little ways down and then leave. Oh, I know. I know. Harley keeps telling me, Katie, those are heavy. Yeah. You like that? iPhone, maybe iPhone. Thank you, by the way. Yeah. I just took a close-up picture and then I edited it even closer. Got it as close as I could get before it started to turn to pixelated blur. So, yes, everybody. Oh my goodness. Today I thought, after I pull a card, I got some new cards to work with today. They're all about crystals, you know? All about rocks, guys. All about rocks. Hey, crystals are way more than just any old rock. But you know, even those any old rocks all have magnetic pull and power and all kinds of stuff. Ah, I should show you the bag I'm pulling these out of. This is one of my hobbies. It's called diamond painting. You get it all undone and you stick all these little dots on there. They're small little dots and stuff. Actually, these are big compared to the giant pictures I have. I'll show you here in a minute. But yeah, that's diamond painting. That's my Zen hobby because it doesn't require much thought. It really doesn't. You get a key, legend, and it tells you a number for a color or a letter for the color, and then on the blank sheet, it has a little square or a little dot with that symbol in it or that number, and you just stick it. I'll show you. You'll see. It's pretty fun. But I want to pull a crystal card first. So these are my new cards. The illustrated crystallary oracle cards. They are super pretty. Super nice. Ah, I'm already beating up the book that comes with it. But yeah, they're really pretty. Anybody give you any shit, you'd hit them with it. Okay. Oh, you know what, though? That took about 20 minutes to do. It doesn't take very long to do those. Now, I got them all. They're all okay right here. There's about 50 diamond paintings, completed ones there, and one uncompleted one so that you can see what they're like. So, yeah, we got a show and tell here shortly, but I want to pull a card first. So, yeah, that's what's behind the curtain is the bed, so I can spread out my props. It's a hobby that they teach. They use it in occupational therapy, physical therapy. It's used to calm PTSD, anxiety, all kinds of anxiety ailments or illnesses. They use it for hand-eye coordination, for traumatic brain injury. And I use it to find my quiet place, and it's a form of meditation because it is repetitive. I can put on something like, I'll put on 3 or 4 Bigfoot stories or whatever from YouTube. I'll put a bunch of different things on in the queue to just play, and I can sit there for 4 hours and not move and not realize that 4 hours have gone by. So it's kind of a way for me to kind of zero out the thoughts. My only complaint, I mean, I've been doing it for 3 years now, 4 years. It's microplastics. And they give you a lot extra. So I get concerned about the millions of people that do this hobby all over the world. Guess where those extra diamonds, guess where they're going? They're going in the trash. They're going in the landfill. They're landing in the water. And they'll end up inside us eventually. Well, if you diamond paint, let me tell you, you find those things in the funniest places. Anyway, let's get a good card. Oh, I stick it in my hand. Ooh, Ooh, interesting. Look it up in the book too, so I can read it to you. Since I don't know these real well, I just got these on Saturday. I got them Saturday. Yeah. Okay, cool. Obsidian. And if you live in the Pacific Northwest in the Ring of Fire, you know what that is. Because that stuff's all over the place. That black volcanic glass, basically. Not a pretty card. Obsidian has a Mohs hardness of 5 to 5.5 out of the whole scale. Get to that page. Oop, don't lose that page. Yeah, that's what I thought. The scale, the Mohs hardness scale, goes from 1 to 10. So obsidian is right in the middle at 5.5. That's how hard that stone is, actually. A diamond would be 10. It's really hard to smash a diamond. Here's what the book says. Let's be clear. Obsidian is not a gentle friend. Precise, yes. Masterful, always. Quicker than a cheetah, taking down a gazelle. Absolutely. But gentle, it's not obsidian's domain. An uncompromising mirror and a surgical, sharp blade. Obsidian helps you see your shadows and excise them. No long, drawn-out therapy sessions or weeks of vacillating. When it's time to let go, Obsidian tells you there's no mercy in taking it slow. And that in its and of itself is sometimes a relief. When you need that kind of honesty that lets you see your shadows clearly, when you are truly ready to make a final and clean break. If obsidian is appearing, there is something or someone that you need to cut loose. Uh-oh. Thanks, Marcia. Stay safe, sweetie. Stay safe. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. That's you guys, this is talking about shadow work. Somebody or something is triggering us, so we need to let go. I can tell you what it is with me. I keep the United States in this conflict, NATO and Ukraine and all that going on. You know, all my life, the United States has always been the strongest, the one that nobody liked to really pick a war with. And so I just really struggling with this shit. Really struggling with this because it's just, yeah. It's so heavy and so sad and so uncalled for. I think about my parents, and, you know, my father was not long out of high school when World War II hit. So, and he was gone. He went in the Navy right as soon as he could. I can see why, you know. I had an uncle at 15 years old. 15 years old. He came from a very abusive father. To get out of the household, he lied about his age to sign up for World War II. Ended up being in the cavalry in the army. You know, that's the dudes on the horses. He's right out there hand-to-hand combat, and he ended up serving under General Patton at the Battle of the Bulge. It was a horrible battle. Horrible battle. He wouldn't talk about it. And then he went from that to having to land on the beach at Normandy. So he didn't talk about World War II. Didn't talk about it because of the stuff he saw. So he went from an abusive home to military life and war. We got to quit doing the war thing. You know, we have our new senator here is the retired captain of the Space Shuttle Endeavour, Mark Kelly. His wife was Gabrielle Giffords. She was shot in the head back in 2009 in a mass shooting here in Tucson. And he and I go to the same podiatrist, same foot doctor. So I actually got to talk to him. This is way before he ran for senator. Very nice guy. So I had to ask, what was it from outer space? What is it that you saw from outer space that's probably the most memorable thing to you? And he said, no, that's easy. As the Earth, as you're coming over the different countries and stuff, you see especially at night, you see the lights of the cities, but there's no borders. You don't see no borders from outer space. I was like, whoa. Because I wasn't like all into this deep thinking like I am now. I was like, wow, that's pretty profound. And ever since then, I've been all about, borders mean nothing. Borders are made by man, and most of them follow natural occurring, rivers, lakes, mountains. It's crazy. Linda. Oh, yes. Linda, I've been working with a profoundly bleeding nose, and my son video called me with his eyes bleeding. He keeps murdering people, and we keep feeling it. Yeah. Yeah, didn't he finally use chemicals? Because I know he was going to. Yeah. I have a hard time being real critical of the reason I'm critical of it is because there's no reason for it. There's nobody threatened anybody. There's no defense for it. Okay? That's why. Otherwise, war is war, and it's horrible. It's an atrocity all in itself. And the United States have perpetuated that for ever. So what bothers me the most is I see a parallel. When Hitler was going through Europe, we sat back and said, no, we'll stay out of it. We'll stay out of it. That's their problem over there. We'll stay out of it. Till Japan hit us. And then all of a sudden, okay, we can go to both sides. This is crazy. And if we are the biggest, most powerful military complex in the world, why are we letting this happen? I'm wondering, they've been saying that the nuclear weapons that Russia has may be in a deteriorated state, and they may not even work, because that's kind of how his tanks and all that other stuff has been. Apparently, he's got other stuff that works. Yeah. Oh, and that's also why all of a sudden, Finland and Sweden are going, please let us into NATO now, as soon as you can. Please, please, he's coming to us. And he's after trying to add Croatia back to Serbia. Yeah, I was watching Celtic Sheila in the wee hours of the night this and her live stream that she did, her remote viewing and stuff. Been watching her a lot lately. She and I have a lot in common that I didn't realize, and that's our religious upbringing and how that is formed, and how we've had to unlearn a lot of that. You know, being subservient and all that stuff. I never fit into that, ever. I'm too much of a rebel for that. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know. I saw you there. You were moderating. I was half asleep, half awake. So it's like I didn't trust what I would like start typing into the chat and then doze off and that accidentally send it with a bunch of gibberty gobbleyoo. So it's like, you need to just lurk on this one. But I watched it after I watched her with Irish Granny talking about their religious upbringing. And by the way, disclaimer, this is my opinion from my experience from being raised in a fundamentalist, Baptist, evangelical family, along with Deanne Shield Maiden Tarot. She and I are very much alike. I didn't get to walk away from my family. Well, they kind of helped me until I was 57 years old. So I didn't get to really be this me that you see because I hid it. I hid it because it was of the devil and it was going to, make me go to hell, wherever that's at. They never quite explained that part. Closest I came to understanding what the concept of hell was all about was when I finally got to college working on my bachelor's degree. And in humanities class, we had to read Dante's Inferno, which is interesting because the English translation of that is not as accurate as the original Italian it was written in. How come that is? It's like there's so many versions to all that. It's like, whatever. Man created it. It has nothing to do with, well, religion is man created. So, in my opinion, I've been an ordained minister. And the one thing I never pushed was that one religion was better than another, and that only one religion was the true religion and everybody else was going to hell and going to die. I never ever pushed that. Because I never believed that. It never made any sense to me. So that's all I'll say on the topic of religion. But yeah, those 3 videos, and then last night at the, with Celtic Sheila's live stream last night, it was good. I recommend that if you have been dealing with questions, religious background questions, and that talk to them, or not talk to them, but watch those videos. Please, though, keep in mind that they are biased, but they are biased because of their experiences, just like they're the same bias I have. It's a box I don't fit in. Sheila uses parentheses with me. It's a box because it had a lid. not just a bottom that you can't go lower than and sides that you can't push your way out of, but you couldn't even reach up out of the top. I was like, there has to be more. Why would I focus my life to live like that? All under someone else's control. Why? Well, I can't, but I feel sorry for people who need to have that authority figure to help them understand what to think. And it's why they have a tendency to be very vulnerable to cults. I used to be in a religious cult when I was in high school. Very much like what they call it, the Children of God cult. I don't know about the sex part of it. We didn't get that far, but exactly how they witnessed to people about the love of Jesus Christ was word for word what we were told to say. Do you know him? Oh, it's so exciting. I couldn't do it. It was like, I can't walk up to a stranger and invade their privacy like that. Yeah, okay, it was wonderful for me. Good. Maybe it would be for you. Would you like to come to my church? And that'd be as far as it would go. And if they said, no, get away from me and say, I'm sorry I bothered you, and turn around and walk away. I was very shy in those days too. So, yeah. Those days are over. My family set me free. So, and at first it was hard to get used to. It was like, whoa, I don't really believe what they say, but what if I'm wrong and they're right? Nah. But that's, that was when I was new into all of this. When I was 4 years old, I was at the Grand Canyon sunrise service for Easter. And every sunrise service, they'd, have Native American Kachina dancers and everything. So the Eagle Kachina dancer was dancing and the sun was coming up behind him. And it was so fantastically beautiful. I was 4 years old. I can tell you what I had on. My mother and I were dressed alike. Yellow and white gingham dresses on, little black patent shoes, little white lace socks, white gloves, the little hat, the little purse. I mean, it was cute. It was really, really, really cute. Real cute. But I remember that sun coming up behind that Kachina dancer and going, there's got to be more than this. Because that's gorgeous. Look how, because I was feeling it. I was feeling the dance. I understood it. Didn't know what was going on. I was too little. But Manasa, mwah, thank you. I love you, sweetheart. Good to see you. Yeah, so that was there's more than what I'd been taught in Sunday school, and I was only 4, so I'd only been to like Sunday school maybe 1 year, maybe not even that long. But I always questioned it. It was like, no, wait, wait, there's too many contradictions here. And as I got older, it was like, no, you just told me I can't do this, but you tell him he should do that. But I can't do it because I'm a woman. Like, I'm not supposed to have a voice in the church because I'm a woman. Bet me, first thing I did was find a place that I could go and become an ordained minister and talk about it. So I was like, bet me, watch this. And then it was like, and the main reason I did it was so I could marry people. And shortly after I did it, the Supreme Court made it legal, for anybody. Gay marriage. I was like, yes, I picked the right time. Perfect. Now they want to take that away. It's like, okay. So eventually they're going to take away because I don't have a church affiliated with my, license. They're going to take that away too. I have a church affiliated with it. A lot of people use it. I think Dolly Parton even has. I know Joan Rivers had the same ordination I had. It was from the Universal Life Church or Universal Life Monastery in Seattle. Yeah, I've been with. God, when did I get that? We had a little girl that was kidnapped out of her bedroom. I mean, she vanished for years. And so I wanted to know what the hell was going on. And I didn't trust what the police were saying. They were calling in. They would say, "Oh, we're almost caught her. We're pretty sure we know who's taken her," and all this stuff. And then they'd call in the behavioral unit from the FBI. Well, if you have a suspect, why does the FBI need to get involved? They had a suspect. They thought he'd taken her to Mexico. She was a beautiful little Hispanic girl. She was six years old. And I say was because about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, they found her body finally out in the desert. But I wanted to be able to get into the press conferences. And that was the quickest way I could get a press pass, was to be a pastor. So I did that. I also thought it would help me because I wanted to be a CASA volunteer for, kids that are in foster care that have to go to court and all that. They don't have an advocate for them. And they need it so badly. So I've always been wanting to do that kind of thing. So yes, and Linda Sandoval, BAU, they called in the BAU. They asked for the BAU to come in because they thought it was her daddy. That was their suspect, the police here. Because the mother was at work and the father was the only one that was home. Everybody was asleep. Nobody heard anything. They found the screen on the outside. She was gone and the window was open. And the father, I guess, didn't cry enough or something, but they thought he was involved. And he wasn't. They pretty much destroyed him. Between the press and the police. Really, really a sad situation. They did get the guy, though. They ended up getting it. And then it was a pedophile. Go figure. What's amazing is they pretty much had assumed, I think, that she had gone in, that someone had kidnapped her to put her into sex trafficking. We weren't hearing a lot about that kind of stuff in 2009 with children. We were hearing about it with teenagers, stealing teenage girls off the street to take across the border and shoot them up full of drugs and then, put them into prostitution, sell them all over the world. The police chief at the time wasn't a real fireball. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't mind running away from him because he'd never catch me. And I had fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia. I'm not in the best shape on earth. I would fall down running a block away, but he wouldn't get 2 feet because he was pretty much as wide as he was tall. So. Yeah, and those are usually the cops that are the quick to shoot because they can't chase you. It is big business. You know, it's really funny. I was trying to explain to my brother how bad it is because it's really bad here in southern Arizona because they can grab you and have you cross that border in less than an hour. So, and I was trying to explain that to my brother, and my brother goes, "What do you care? You're too old. They're not going to want you." I'm going, wow. I kind of care about the youth. I kind of care about teenagers. I kind of care about women between 30 and 50 because they're the prime targets. No, it's 61 at the time. No, I wouldn't have been a prime target. But hey, darling, his wife was 8 years older than me. Let me tell you, they'd take me over her any day. Any day. So, yeah, it's like, thanks a lot, brother dear. That's okay. I think that's the last time I saw him in person. So, but let's do diamond paintings. You want to look at more of these sparkly thingy-thingies? Let's start you with my tarot journals. They're just a blank journal, but you decorate the cover. Isn't that pretty? See, they're just lined and everything inside, places to put the date. Oh, the other thing that's a bummer about doing this, all the factories are in China. And when China does Chinese New Year, you can't buy anything for a month because they shut down everything for a month for Chinese New Year. And right now, they've got a variant that pretty much has all shipping shut out of China. So that's a real bummer. I love this one. This one is, yeah. And then once again, it's lined also. Now, they aren't all lined. That's what's fun. This next one is for sketching. So it has a lot. I mean, there's a lot more little dotty thingies on there, more sparklies. And it's blank inside, obviously, for sketching. I haven't done anything on these yet. I'll start with the small ones. I may not show you all of them. I'll show you the prettiest ones because some of them get pretty pixelated. Here's an example of a very pixelated one. Let's see. Very pixelated because it's so small. And the farther back you get from it, though, and it looks great. They're not intended for you to look at them up really close. That little kitty looks like my kitty that showed up all by herself. I did a couple religious icons. Now, this is a very inexpensive hobby. These were $1.96 a piece for the kits. The kits come with everything you need. Over here, this is the key. See, you got the different colors, and they correspond with the blank space over here, and you just stick it to it. There's a pen you use. It comes with it. So that's those. Those are the smallest. These are my favorite kind. They're called special drills because, you got pearls and this guy right here, this great big one, and some of them are real big on the large, as you'll see. These are my favorite to do. That took me 10 minutes. That's all. when you're stressing? How about a mandala? I do lots of mandalas. I have several of them here to show you. They're fun. And this turquoise one is one of my favorites. And you'd be surprised. You just sit and you work, and like this, I did it all in one sitting, and it didn't even take me an hour. Hi, Mama Bear. Good to see you. Thank you. Yes, here's the darker ones, because you get this aurora borealis kind of cover on the really dark ones, and so yeah. Now these I don't mind having extra of. I'll tell you why. With the special ones, because you can use those in resin art. So here's another mandala. And a mandala. Whole bunch of them. This is what I like about the mandalas, is there really isn't a right side up or an upside down. And you can frame these. Good thing to frame this in is, the frames, the clear plastic frames that are an album cover that you can put, vinyl album covers in. Works, or t-shirts work really good for this size. Tree of Life. You got the bugs and all kinds of cool stuff in it. They don't. These don't take a long time. The big ones do. Kind of fits the background. Isn't that pretty? I love how they sparkle. And then this is my favorite mandala. I'm all about the bees. We got to save the bees, you guys. Well, we don't have any food supply if we don't save the bees. Bees and butterflies and the pollinators. We're dead without them. This one, I can't show you the full effect of because it's daytime. But this glows in the dark. Everywhere you see the white glows green at night. So it's kind of a trip. This one I have a special plan for. I'm sending it to one of our card readers. I think you probably can kind of figure out who. I think she'll like it. I think she'll love it. As a matter of fact, I'm sure she will. I made that one for Linda G. And my hippie cow. Isn't she fun? I just think she's a doll. This one I have plans for to go in my tiny house. It's got to go in my kitchen. I mean, she's just everything. Those are all the special drills. The regular ones, I will show you a cross section of, because, yeah. This used to be my logo for my diamond painting channel, actually. This little, because I was Crafty Katie Ladybug was my channel. You won't find it. I took it all down. But, and there's things like clocks. All you need is a disc to glue it to. And the clockwork, you see where I got it marked to put the hole. Now, I was telling you about the little ones ending up being pixelated. Look at this one, though. That's a very small one, but it's gorgeous. And it was so fun to do. It was very fun. These that are solid like this, yeah, they take a long time to do. But you find as you do them more and more, you get faster at it. This one was free for my channel. One of the vendors sent it to me if I demonstrated on my channel, so I did. This one's very appropriate. Ukraine. I had to show this one today. Let's see. There you go. Here's another good one. That's a little pixelated, but hey, it fits us, doesn't it? It's folded because I was trying to figure out a way that I could use it on my card reading table to do my Saturday solutions on, to show the card. But it's not big enough. It needs to be a little bit bigger to show the cards across. But it's fun. Let's see. My two favorite Christmas ones. I just did this one just before Christmas this year. I did it. I was doing it around Thanksgiving or around Halloween. Yeah, you start stuff early. Isn't he cute? I thought he was adorable. And here's the second one. I'm crazy about gray and white striped cats. So this one and the little fat bird up here. Just thought it was really cute for Christmas time. I've trimmed off the edges so I can hang it on the wall. I usually hang it up above my Christmas tree so that the lights from the star of the Christmas tree shine up on it and make it sparkle. When I tell you in my about page that it's my world of sparkle, this is my world of sparkle, folks. How about a French cafe? See how pixelated that is? It's kind of yucky. If it was just a couple inches bigger, it would be much, much better. So I was kind of disappointed. But this was only like $8. So it can be a very expensive hobby. There you go. How about that one? This particular company, is a little more on the expensive side, but you can tell by how the picture is, the colors. Now, these are little round dots. They come in round or square. But this one, sea turtle. Like I tell you, there's 50 of them here. Let's see. I have a friend that loves this one. He calls it tree stump. He calls it the tree stump desert because of the mountains over here look like tree stumps. It was fun to do. Yeah, that hummingbird I actually made to honor my mom because she loved hummingbirds so much. How about this girl? Now, this one has a combination of the special diamonds. See, this has that Aurora Borealis coating on it, and that's why it really shines in comparison to, say, the blue beside it. Her hair has cleared got a foil back on them, and same with the green. This company sells on Amazon, and I highly recommend them. She's an independent. She does the graphics and everything herself, and they're gorgeous. I love this one. Isn't that precious? This one had lots and lots of problems. It's popping off the little squares. So I have to put a sealer over the top of it. I probably will end up using resin over the top of it, which is sad because that takes some of the sparkle away. But it was a very inexpensive. I bought it because I liked the picture, not the company. I didn't pay any attention to the company. I know better now. Here's one that was really difficult. This took me forever to do. Color changes like crazy. There's a set of 4 different ones of these. They're all really cool tapestry look. Let's get into some of these bigger ones. Let's see. I love this one. Isn't she cute? Her with the kitty, the girl with the cat. Another great company. Really good company. Coat Art. And they sell on Amazon. I think it was under $20. And there's a lot there. This was a gift from a youth Instagram follower. She sent it to me. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that one. Very Celtic. This one, great for a beginner. Because see all the color block, you've got all that space that's, one color. Makes it go really fast because the pens that you use, you can either put it down 1 at a time or up to 28 at a time, depending on the kind of pen you have. So I'll show you the pen. This took forever. Oh my God, this was hard. You want to talk about color changes? Wow. Yeah, as I bring it closer, you can see all of the, all those little tiny, all those color changes. It took me a long time to do it. I'd work in like 6-inch squares and just fill in that square, and you just keep going and keep going. You don't really pay attention to what all you have left to do. Your mind doesn't go there. It's kind of weird. Here you go. I love this one. This one reminds me of Tiffany. This is Tiffany stained glass. This was a blast to do because I did all the black outline part first and then filled in the colors. My garden girl. Get her back here where I can fit the whole thing in. She was fun. She was a lot of fun to do. I had to do her, I have a big table in my craft room to do the big ones on. This one I did while we were in lockdown. See a tail? Actually, that's upside down, Katie. There we go. It's a mermaid. But look at her. And then here's her friend. Not really, but I had to do this one. This one just was too whimsical for me to not do. Isn't she fun? Look at those lips. And see all the white ones? They're the size of a half a pearl, like pearls you wear around your neck. So that fills in space quick. Same with the red ones on the ends of her, like out here on her fins. These out here. She was a blast. All this out here, though, gets really boring where the color's pretty similar. She was fun. Now, this is what they start looking like. This probably is one of the best companies on the market. Diamond Art Club. I'll show you up close. See if I can fit this in here. Got a lamp in the way, maybe not. Try to get that so that you can see what it's supposed to look like when she's done. Okay. I stopped on this one and put it away because I was wanting to work on a peacock feather. So here we go. Got it rolled up. See, you roll them up, put them away. They come with a plastic coating on them. Whoop, upside down doesn't work. Anyhow, this is how they come. I'll show you up close how they look. It's pretty boring when you look at it without putting on the color. Now you put on the dots, it comes to life. See that down there? I'm working on it. All that black. Bleh. But she is like one really awesome. She's going to be fun to hang up. Sorry, it's kind of rolled, but she's fun. This is how they come. And then, by the way, she's 27 inches by 21 inches. Yeah, 27.1 by 21.6 inches. This is extra black. And I grabbed them so that you could see how they come in plastic bags like this. Sorry about the crinkling noise. You know, if you've got headphones or whatever on, it can be kind of obnoxious. But this is how they come. Little tiny dots. This is all the black background I have to fill in on this picture. So it'll probably get worked on and put up and worked on and put up, and that gets monotonous after a while. When you have a whole lot of like either black or white, it's kind of boring. Here is the rest of the colors that go with her. Yep, get it back in there. There we go. Here's the rest of here's just some of the colors. See those little tiny things? But aren't those pretty colors? Oh, here's a really good picture of her. Got her taped to the top, but this is good. This is really good. You can really see her very well. There she is. Isn't she fun? But yeah, it's probably take me a year to do this, but that's okay. It's not like, I don't have time to do it. Well, right now I don't because I'm too busy writing, but believe me, I got these out because I'm going to start doing it again. This is the second box of colors for this one. This one has 42 different colors in it. This is the other colors. I actually probably showed it to you upside down. Can show you the colors the best. But there's pretty colors. I just get all involved in the color. It's like, ooh, this is a pretty blue. And the next thing you know, you're done. This is the kit. Told you it had a pen and all that in it. Yep. Get everything out of here. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Don't spill it everywhere. Okay. You dump those little things into a tray like this. These ridges, that's good. There's ridges. You jiggle it back and forth, and it'll actually make those little things flip over. So they're right side up so that it makes it easy to pick them up. This is the pen. See? You fill it with this wax stuff. It's just a pink wax. It's a little sticky. And you punch it in there, fill it up, and then you can work and work and work and work and work. That's all there is to it. You don't have to have any creative, for people who say they don't have any creative talent, I argue with them on that. Everyone's creative because you solve situations in life. And if you can have a solution to a problem that you come up with a solution for, guess what you were doing? You were being creative. So yeah, that comes in there. It comes in the kit. This is one of the points. This holds 4. I believe it's a 4. I'll look. Yep, that's a 4. It'll hold 4 of those little dots at a time so that you don't have to do them one at a time. Now, you can also buy, this is the stuff that comes, that other stuff comes for free. But you can also buy these kind of pins. So your hand doesn't get tired. This holds, that one holds, sorry, it's kind of imprinted in on it. That's a 7. That holds 7 of them. This will straighten them so they're all lined up. Single one. The one I use the most is the 4 placer. Number 4. This one holds 10. And what's this one hold? 8. Nope, it holds 9. But these are they're made out of resin. And they're turned on a lathe. So they're easier to hold on to. They don't make your hand as tired as these little skinny pin does. See the difference? Quite a difference there. Same tip on it. And in here, these tips come out. And you can put a different one. So if you just have one of these fat pins, you can put different size tips in there. This one I got on Etsy just because I loved the fish. I thought the fish tail was beautiful. It's 10. And I paid more for this. At the time, I paid more for this than I'd paid for any diamond painting. Since then, I paid. Yeah, this Rockabilly girl, she was $62. So yeah, the giant ones aren't really cheap. But if you buy them from China, this is an American company. Diamond Art Club is an American company. They make all their own canvases. But all the factories that make all the little dots, the little diamonds, are in China. So my favorite place to order from is a place in Australia. And I haven't been able to order from her for over 2 years. Or over a year, actually. Close to 2 now. Because since Mr. DeJoy took over running the post office, all of a sudden we don't ship to Australia and New Zealand anymore. And they can't ship to us. Find that pretty interesting. Consider that's like, not being able to ship to Canada. They're our sister countries. What the hell? So, yeah. The cheaper ones, the typical ones, this is what they come with. Very basic kit. It's one single one in the little skinny. It doesn't have the little rubber dealy on it. You get a few baggies, little Ziploc baggies to put your extra, if you have any drills in there, extra little dots. We call those drills. Then a piece of wax, because you can't do it without this, because they won't stick to the pen if you don't have this in it. And a little teeny tiny boat. Unlike that clear one I just showed you. I don't use either one of the little ones. I bought a big one. Kind of a little bit different in size there. But when you got 6 inches of black, nothing but black, You want to dump out as much black as you can in there. Fill that up so you don't have to do it as often. Because every time you have to change colors, it slows you down. And you get in a kind of a rhythm. At least I do. If I do it especially to music, I'll do it to a rhythm. Hi, Kathy G. Good to see you. Oh, you got company. Oh, I hope you enjoy them, Linda. Thank you very much for coming. And I will talk to you later, sister. Love you. Mwah. So that's diamond painting, you guys. That's pretty much that's my Zen activity. Oh, I guess I can move this rockabilly fairy girl. Tattooed fairy. I was like, yeah, that's my kind of girl, a tattooed fairy. So that's diamond painting, y'all. There was EQ on the Lightworkers Roundtable who wanted to see my diamond painting. She's like, oh, you got to show us. I was like, okay. So I was going to make a video of it, but now I just did. Thank you, everybody. I didn't show you everything, obviously. There's some really bad. Oh, let me show you a couple real bad ones. I mean, let's see. Where's one of those? There's a fun one. Give me one of these bad ones. Where is it? Where's the unicorn? Unicorns and fairies. There it is. Can you tell what that is? Is that terribly pixelated or what? I mean, I can even pull it way back here and you can't tell what it is. That's terrible. Finally, you can see it's a unicorn and fairies. I mean, this is probably the ugliest fairy wing I've ever seen. So sometimes you get what you pay for. But then there's ones like this guy. They're a blast. You know, for Halloween. I love putting this up on Halloween. A lot of black in that, but it's broken up enough that it was just really fun to do. I love haunted houses, and I watch the abandoned, all those urbex and those guys that go into all the abandoned buildings and stuff. I love watching that stuff because it's fun to try to figure out whether they're hoaxing you or not. Discovered a whole series. It's on their second season, and I'm going, oh my God, I know that script. Heck, real fake. So I laugh all the way through. So, yes, it's a lot of fun. So, anybody want a card? I can pull a crystal card for you. I can pull Earth Wisdom card. I can pull one of Andrea's lovely oracle cards, or the Rebel deck. Always have this out for my live. So, because we're just here to have a good time. We don't have to be all serious. And I don't care if you cuss. And if you want to make it a 420 live stream, I'm always up for that. Especially on 420. Get ready. Be prepared. Because I am harvesting on that day. If I don't harvest before, on 420, it's next Wednesday. Yeah. That'll be a no holds barred day. Everybody have a good time. And those of you at work, I'm sorry. You want an Earth Wisdom. Cool. Gotcha, Janet. Kathy wants a card. Earth Wisdom. Okay, Janet. I can only shuffle this way right now because of my arthritis. I couldn't do my CBD gummies like usual because I didn't want to be foggy, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Ooh, Janet. You get, that's beautiful. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. The Practical Intuition card. See if I can get it at an angle where you can not have the glare. There we go. You can see that she's kneeling in a pool. Very small pool. So I'm thinking maybe it's a spring because it appears to me, I'm seeing it as the water comes out of there and flows out, not flowing in, because it's also rising up. As I hold it up there, you can see the water droplets going up in the air up here by her head, right there. See? And they're doing it around the bunny rabbit too. So what she's doing is she's making sure that water stays clear and nourishing. She's also staying in the flow, which if you're using your intuition in a practical way, like you don't do anything without setting it, it will bring you into the flow, into this pool. You see that pool has spirals. So it's definitely in the flow of the energy of life. It's a beautiful card. It's a gorgeous card. These were the coolest cards. eBay! $9.99. And I use them all the time. Kathy G. Hey, Rachel! Oh, I got the text of your garage. I look really nice looking garage door. Beautiful. I love it. That's funny. Okay. Kathy. Kathy, do you want any particular deck you wanted from? Because we got some pretty decks here today. What would you like, Miss Kathy G? Are you still here, I hope? Rachel, you missed the diamond painting show. You've seen my diamond paintings. I actually did one for her. I just haven't mailed it to her. And I can't show it to you guys because it's all packaged up, ready to mail. I just got to go to a post office. And getting places like that is difficult for me. I don't have a car. So it'll happen when things open up a little more and I can walk over to the print shop. And I'm actually going to go over to that print shop and get anyone I feel I'm guided to. Okay. The print shop has, let's do a crystallary one for you. Yeah. That print shop has post office boxes and stuff. So I want to get a P.O. box. It'll make life a lot easier. So we'll do, Kathy will do it from the crystallary oracle cards. They're all about crystals. These cards are gorgeous. Card. What crystal is going to help Kathy the most? Oh, that one's, love it. Ooh, what a gorgeous card. Okay. I will look it up also in the book so I can tell you the hardness and everything. It tells you about the hardness scale. The Mohs hardness scale goes from 1 to 10. And the harder the stone, the more power that it has. The softer the stone, the faster it releases it. It releases its energy. So usually a start like salt will be a hardness of 2, where a diamond will be a hardness of 9.5 to 10. That gives you an idea. So, precious, here we go. Envision the future. Precious opal. Now, opal has a Mohs hardness scale of 5.5 to 6.5, which is surprising to me because I didn't realize it was that hard, because you crack an opal and the color disappears. What causes the color inside that opal is moisture. It's water. So if you overheat them, or let's say you have an opal ring and you use cleaning products and you don't take that ring off, it can destroy the color in an opal. Opals are very delicate. I love them. Anyway, were the ancient oracles always accurate? Nope. Time is fluid, opal knows, making the prophecy business rather risky. But when the priestess of Delphi donned opals, her ability to make sense of the whirling waters of what is to come sharpened. Unlike most stones, opal knows how to hold and work with water. She feels the ways in which the waters of time can be channeled or dammed, creating different outcomes and new visions. Since the future is not a fixed destination, naming the pathways you might walk to get there begins to craft what comes next. So it's your choices that are going to bring you your future. Choose your road and name your path, Opal encourages. That's how the future emerges out of the swirling waters of time. The swirling waters of time is flow. Every single crystal, especially the ones that are clear, requires water, because without the water, you don't get the minerals to dissolve that put the colors in the different crystals, the different hardnesses into the different crystals. So, back during Standing Rock days, meaning Wiconi, water is life. Water is our earth. Way more water surface than land. And we know less about it than we know about outer space. Why? I can remember when I was a kid, I'd get all excited. We'd get our new weekly reader, Every week you get your new weekly reader from school. And there'd be stuff in there about these, what they call them, aquanauts. I remember that. And they'd be staying in some lab way down deep on the bottom of the ocean. And I thought, oh, that's really cool, because it's like outer space, but it's right here. I think I was 9. Out for the day, huh? All right. Hey, Have your relaxing ride home, my friend. You work hard. Yes. Um, all through in the sawmill, huh? Yay, Mossel. Yes, Rachel, opal is so beautiful. I feel like opal is a very feminine power stone. Yeah, because it comes across looking like a very soft stone because it is easy to damage, but it's strong. I was watching Bathrobe Tarot, Danny Shea, earlier, and he was talking about how masculine energy, feminine energy. I'm trying to remember exactly how he put it. Strength, he was talking about the strength card. Strength is not, I'm going to smash your face if I don't like what you say, or your morals don't match mine. I'm going to beat you up. You know, I'm going to slap you silly. I'm going to punch you in the mouth, that kind of stuff. That's not the strength of the strength card in the tarot. That the reason they have a woman with a lion mostly, or a woman with a bear or a boar. In my druid craft tarot, it's a boar. It's a wild boar instead of the lion. It's because her gentle feminine energy, her gentle vulnerability is her strength that controls that aggressive king of the beasts. In the lion, anyway. So I was like, well, I never really thought about it. Because you see strength card, you think strength. No. Strength. Gentleness. And I think that's where in our politics, they're mistaken. Because they see military as strength. They see bad-mouthing each other as strength. When it's actually completely the opposite. When you have to force your morals and your beliefs on someone else against their will, well, first of all, it won't last long because they'll rebel. They'll rebel against that. So that kind of strength is oppression. That's not strength. So a strength comes, to me, strength is something that comes with quiet reflection, quiet observance, and being there for people in service. But I have a service heart. My whole purpose for being here is what I can do for you, not what, in the meantime, what I'm doing for you, how much money I can make while I'm doing it. And I don't even think on those lines. Yes, Rachel. Yes. Yeah, strong people are silent observers who only act after careful consideration. That's the difference. They are acting, not reacting. When we get all emotional, we tend to just make a quick decision and either run or get angry or cry or whatever. We get emotional. It's okay to have those emotions. We have them for a reason. They're, you know where your boundaries are because of your emotions. But yeah, you don't want to, like guys will have a tendency to want to pop somebody in the mouth rather than talk it over with them. If you can't talk it over with them, walk away from them. Don't pop them in the mouth. All that makes them want to do is the next time they see you, beat you up worse. And it perpetuates. The violence brings about more violence. And until the world gets that, we're going to have shit like COVID around. to take away the violence. You know, you get sick, you can't fight, can you? It's really, really weird. So yeah, this week and the next 2 weeks after this, get ready, everybody. Pull your sassy pants on, because shit's going to get interesting. I think we've got a lot of information and some indictments that are going to be coming down. That's just my gut feeling. And I don't mean little indictments like they have been all this last year and a half. I think we're going to see some big heads start to roll. Finally. Yes. So yeah, Kathy, you got the opal card. I love opals. The mines in Australia where they find them. I have an Ethiopian opal. Okay, next week we will, well, not next week. The week after. In 2 weeks I will show you my because you've seen most of my crystals and stones that I use here on my table. I have a major collection because I used to make jewelry. I have a big collection of semi-precious faceted stones. So things like aquamarine and Swiss blue topaz, smoky quartz. I mean, they're not a lot of really expensive ones, but I do have excuse me. Oh, there we go. Dropped a card on the floor. But I do have I have a gem quality tanzanite, which is they're usually really dark. Most tanzanites you see now are just that real pale lavender because the mine started to fill up with water and they're not mining it anymore. So tanzanite is just going to go up in value. It only happens in the one mine in Tanzania. Oh, you want a piece of polished black opal? Yep. Etsy's not a place to go for affordable stuff necessarily. In that situation, I would try eBay, Rachel. Because that's another stone like your amber that can be faked very easily with resin. You know, you guys know how to tell resin made amber versus real amber. Number one, resin made amber. If you put a lighter to it, just a normal lighter, not a torch or anything really super hot, just a normal cigarette lighter. You put that to resin amber, it will melt and it will put off a black smoke and that burning, nasty plastic smell. Real amber, you can put fire up to it. It won't catch fire, but you will smell a woodsy wood kind of smell. It was actually a vendor, opal vendor, or a amber vendor at the gem show that taught me that. So, yeah. If it's a real stone, it shouldn't burn. Even if it is petrified pitch, it's still petrified. That's still a rock. It shouldn't burn. So, yeah. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow night between 5 and 6 is the Lightworkers Roundtable. This is number 4. And my guest is Sienna Rose Metaphysical. She's been on my channel before. She was on with a couple of other wonderful, beautiful ladies talking about flow. She is a Reiki master and Beautiful, beautiful soul. Extremely artistic. Very sweet. She doesn't have a threatening bone in her body. I really look forward to talking to her about what she does to keep her sweet disposition and her, you deal with so much. How are you keeping your vibes high? She has one added benefit. She's in Canada. She's not from the United States. So she doesn't have to deal with our politics except for how it affects them at the border and their, shipments and stuff like that. But not getting the daily onslaught of stuff that we get here in this country because of all the crap going on in this country. Well, Katie, I keep throwing these darn cards on the floor. I'm not the only one doing that. I wish Granny was doing that too. Dropping cards. I bought lots on Amazon as far as my crystals go, which is kind of stupid considering I live in the town that has the largest gem show in the world, best prices, and I have a business license, so I can buy it wholesale. What the hell am I doing buying it on Amazon at full price? But sometimes you're called to get a particular stone, and I don't want to wait a year to get it. Sometimes something you need healed, you need that stone. And I'm working on my Reiki master teacher certification. And I will need to have a nice collection of healing gemstones and to do Reiki with. So, but I've gotten some beautiful stuff on there. This labradorite, for instance, that came from Amazon. And it's got a lot of blue. I can catch it in the light just right. It has lots of blue flash. There we go. Lots of blue flash in there. It versus I got this at the gem show. That's an amethyst. I should scrub it clean, but I was told that because it's a spire, a natural spire, unlike this one that is man-made, it's actual real rainbow fluorite. It's just been cut by a stone cutter. Unlike this one that is a natural one, because you can see where it's been broken away from the matrix there. I got this on Amazon too. So, check on Amazon, see what you can find. Finding a black opal, first of all, they're really expensive anyway. That's like trying to find a true aquamarine, like from Brazil kind of aquamarine. Although Mount Antero in the Rocky Mountains has some fantastically beautiful aquamarine. It's expensive to buy. Real expensive to buy. And right now, especially because shipping is just not, it's not working. It's not that we don't have products. It's just the shipping all over the world is kind of a mess. Yeah. Try locally too, yes. And try some metaphysical stores instead of the rock and gem stores. Go to, places that sell pendulums and cards and that kind of stuff. Because they also carry crystals. I got this at a metaphysical store. I was going to opened my third eye. My friend that was going to help me, I was on vacation in Bend, Oregon. And she's like, oh, well, the instructions said that you needed a clear quartz crystal. So she's like, oh, well, we'll just go to blah, blah, blah store and we'll grab one. So we went to blah, blah, blah store and I grabbed one. I think this was like $15 maybe. But see, it's got inclusions in there. But yeah, and we used it point to my third eye as part of the opening to open it. How about that one? Same stone. I wish I had Jen's World's collection. She's selling them. And she went to the gem show this year. I live here and I didn't get to go. Oh, the closest medical physical store to me does not have black opal, but you did get a regular Ethiopian opal. Cool. You know, Ethiopian opals, lots and lots of people die trying to get those because you have to dig in a cliffside and they will hang off the cliffs without ropes, just in hopes to get one opal because the people there are so poor. If they can get one good size opal, it can feed them and their family the rest of their life. When you buy gemstones, you need to pay attention to the sustainability of where it's coming from. Because, shoot, you buy some stuff from Ghana, for instance, most stuff is mined with water in Ghana. I mean, they wash away the damn jungle just to get what's way down underneath, whether it's gold or whatever. Ghana, they have a lot of gold. But they're totally destroying the jungle to get it. So yeah, it's kind of like where you buy coffee. Where do you buy your coffee from? And I never thought about stuff like that. We never did. Hey, Juan Valdez was good coffee for my mom. Give me Folgers or Maxwell House or whatever. Oh wow, there's a thought I hadn't had. Instant coffee, Sanka. It's like drinking Tab. Now I'm really dating myself. Haven't seen Tab since like the mid 1970s, since I was in high school. Oh, I've always hated Diet Coke, diet sodas, and Tab was the worst. The only one I really could handle was Fresca because it had the lemony grapefruit taste that kind of covered up the nasty aftertaste of the fake sugar. So, good to see you, Miss Sharon Sipe. How you be, beautiful lady? Yes. Now we're almost at our 2 hours. Wow, that went quick. Well, most of the first one was, yeah, Tab is, whoa, it was really bad. And it was really popular because I think it was one of the first diet sodas. And I don't remember who made it, Coke or Pepsi. One of those guys made it. Yeah. Most of the first hour was showing the diamond paintings. So, yeah, Sanka was nasty too. I don't like instant coffee unless I'm putting it in something like a cake or something. You know, if you add instant coffee to chocolate, like a chocolate cake or brownies or whatever, it actually makes the chocolate flavor come out more and you can't taste the coffee. My grandma taught me that one. Thank you, Grandma. My grandma, that's my spirit guide right at the moment. She taught me that when I was a little girl, really little girl. She also taught me that the best way to eat an egg was to dip your toast in the yolk and leave the white behind. And my father thought it was my cousin who taught that to me. And for most of our lives, he used to give her hell for it. And finally, she and I laughed and said, no, it was your mom who taught her that. Yeah. That's what's fun about being a grandparent. You don't have to be responsible. You can teach them bad habits. As long as those bad habits aren't going to hurt them, why the hell not? That's some of our pleasures and passions. Oh my goodness. Kids nowadays, they're so smart. They're so smart. Yes, I have a new, and right now, I can't really sign up and do anything with them because every time I go into their website, they've had a ransomware hit them. But it's not a surprise. This is my charity. My channel is going to be affiliated with this charity. Any donations that I get, 10%, will go to this charity out front. It's a charity called Our Underground Railroad. And it's an international organization to stop childhood trafficking. Not only do they stop childhood sex trafficking, they also rehabilitate the children when they rescue them. They educate the parents, the families, on why it's not good and what's really happening to them when they sell their children to these wealthy pedophiles. So I figured I've been hearing, protect the children, protect the children. You guys are forgetting the children. You're all caught up in justice and revenge and anger and calling each other wackadoodles and saying that all Democrats are pedophiles. And I mean, we know that's nuts. But our children are hearing that. They're looking at us acting like freaking 3-year-olds. And I know it's got them all confused. I know they don't understand. And the damage that's being done scares me. Because we have no idea what it's doing until it's too late. And we have to unprogram that teaching, whatever their perceptions. Kids are sponges, man. They take it all in. All of it. And if they don't understand it, they go according to what they're told. Because how are they going to understand? Their brains aren't even fully formed yet. So you can see how we raise racist children in our households. It's kind of crazy. So, yes, Manasseh's had to leave, Sharon. She just stopped in to say hi and then had to go. Yes, the Lightworkers Roundtable is going to be a blast the next few months. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, booking the last of June. So that ought to tell you there's someone. I have a guest every single week on my Lightworkers Roundtable every Thursday evening between 5 and 6, and it's someone new every week. This coming week, it's Sienna Rose Metaphysical. Next week, it's Herc 213J. The following week after that is Red Lentil. No, it's not Red Lentil Healing. I need to grab my calendar. Anyway, after that, we have Manasseh. I have Red Lentil Healing. I have Sonia Rain Lee. I have Lisa from Spiritual Intuitive Tarot. I have Debbie Freebird Spirit. I have Raw and Unconditional Love Tarot. These are all the people who've all said yes. So just every week. And it's one-on-one. I'm trying to keep it as much just me with one guest so that we can, get to know them a little bit better on an individual level and not in the group. We're all in this wonderful community. I love this community. But it's fun to get to know everybody individually. And it's funny because when I first started my channel, I looked up to these people and I'm going, I'm not worthy. I'm not as good as these guys are. I don't have the experience they have, and blah, 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 blah. Guess what? You start talking to them, you start working with them. Guess what? They have those thoughts too. We all have our moments where we are like getting new gifts and things are awakening in us. And we're going, whoa, am I worthy for this? Yes, or it wouldn't be awakening. This is a part of the shift that's happening. It's why I, after 5 years, decided to go ahead and finish my Reiki, because I want to teach it. Everyone can do Reiki. Everyone can do Reiki because you're not the healer. You're the vessel for divine energy that is the healer. So it doesn't matter if you do Kundalini, which is Hindu form, or whether you do Japanese, which is the Usui Reiki. Doesn't matter which form you're using. It's complete energy, and you are the vessel. You go to religion, you go to churches, and they lay hands on someone to heal them in a fundamentalist church, evangelical church. It is the same energy as Reiki. Anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. You just need to learn the principles, the symbols, and have the attunements done. And attunements are kind of a way of awakening. It tunes up your chakras. It lines them. It balances them. Sometimes that's fun because in the case of Kundalini, you activate that. That's a gland at the base of your spine. The Hindu call it the female snake because when it's active in your spine and that energy is flowing up and down and up, and it feels like something is hugging your spinal column. And I don't mean squeezing it. I mean hugging it. It's a wonderful feeling. It's also one that will make you feel like you're losing your mind if you don't know what you're doing when you activate it, or if you haven't studied up on it first and know what can happen, because it will create purges. Certain foods you eat you can't handle. You'll have a day where you stink. I mean, body odor, where you may not have just got out of the shower and not done anything, and you smell like you've been working in your yard and sweating all day. Because there's toxins that your body is purging out of you. Certain foods you will not be able to eat at certain times. If your body is saying, no, I've had enough of that, no, if you eat it, it will purge. And I mean, both ends. I actually went for 3 days where I could eat nothing but oranges. My body wanted oranges. I don't know if it was the vitamin C or if it was the orange color, because also the color of your food directly correlates with the color of the different chakras. You want to heal your heart and open your heart up, eat as much greens as you can get your hands on. If you want to your sacral chakra. You want to open that up. You want to heal that. Go for fresh pineapple, all the yellow squash, that kind of stuff. Corn, believe it or not, non-GMO corn. I realized something the other day. If what you buy is California certified organic, it is automatically non-GMO because California will not certify it as organic if it's been genetically altered. It's not coming from, it's not organic. So I never really thought about it. So I'm always looking for, that emblem that says it's organic and the one that says it's kosher and the one that's, you don't need all that. Kosher, yeah. If you want to eat kosher, I don't do that. But I was just trying to stay as healthy as possible. Like, for instance, the coconut oil I use, has the gluten-free. This is the California organic. And then over here, it has the California certification of non-GMO. California doesn't do this, I don't think, anymore, unless it's an import, which I believe this is an import. It comes from, oh yeah, got the kosher star too. So, and I get this on Amazon. Non-GMO verified, chemical-free, certified organic, vegan, gluten-free, hexane-free, non-hydrogenated, and 100%, and 0% trans fat. It's because it's not heated. And it's not a vegetable. That's a nut oil. Vegetable oil turns to trans fat as soon as you apply heat to it. My cardiologist taught me, my mom's cardiologist taught me that. And so if you're going to use Crisco, use Crisco. Because if you use Wesson oil, you might as well use Crisco. Because as soon as you heat up that Wesson oil to saute or fry something in it, you're cooking in pure trans fat. And trans fat's bad because when it gets in your system, you digest it, and it just lines your veins, just coats them. So makes you a walking heart attack. But yeah, I buy coconut oil in a big jar. The great big jar. And you can see that it doesn't melt real easy. It's unfiltered, virgin, unrefined. And it tastes delicious. I fry my, deep fry, if I'm making chimichangas or French fries or something that needs to be fried and fried hot, I do it in this. It's really interesting because it makes it really a beautiful golden brown, but the oil stays clear, kind of like water. It doesn't turn dark as it heats. It's kind of weird. And I use it as conditioner for my hair. It's my lotion. I guess you could call me a walking coconut. Well, you guys have been here 2 hours and 3 minutes. I'd say it's time for me to go do something else. I've got a couple things I need to do today, so let's pull a card. Let's do it from Andrea's and the lovely oracle. See what Spirit has to tell us as we go out today. Beautiful day here. The wind has calmed down. Wow, I think I can actually open my windows again. I was really suffering with hay fever. Did that fall on the floor? Nope. Yay, it didn't fall on the floor. Landed in my chair. So, yeah, it's only supposed to be a high of 73 here today. It was like 80, 85 yesterday. So, yeah. It was nice and cool to sleep last night. It was really interesting, though. I got up this morning to go check on my outside kitty at 5 o'clock this morning before it was daylight. And she was already out and about. I don't know where she is. I haven't seen her yet today. But it was cold out there, and it was warmer in my house. And I did not, I put my heater away. So it was warmer on the inside than it was on the outside, and I hadn't used any heat. That ought to tell you what my house is like. It's made out of what's called slump block brick, which is a concrete brick. And it's just like living in a rock house. It stores up the heat and it stores up the cold. So during the wintertime, it's like I only heat the room I'm in. The rest of my house is cold. Cold, cold, cold. But I don't let the pipes freeze. Yes, it does get cold enough here to freeze the pipes. As a matter of fact, some parts of the area out in the outskirts in the desert last night had a freeze warning. So this is kind of late. Usually by the mid-March is usually when we have our last freeze. So yeah, I know. 70 degrees feels nice and warm to you. Well, yeah, Milwaukee. There's just a mile or two, just a little difference in latitude there. I'm almost in Mexico. I'm so far south. So, hey, but I'm not like southern Texas. Yeah, it's only 91 miles to Nogales, Mexico, from Tucson. Used to take all of our visitors there all the time. I've been there in years. Don't really need to. We've got so many import stores and stuff here now that it's fun to go across the border, though, to shop because you got to barter with them. And that's always fun. Argue over prices and get them to come down. Then actually, they don't have any respect for you if you don't do that. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. I took a bunch of, I showed Rachel my pictures. Before I pull a card for us, I got to show you my secret garden, you guys. You hear me talk about it on other people's channels and stuff. When we went into lockdown, I took a little, it's probably 15, 20 feet long and maybe 10 feet wide space off my back patio, and I made a little secret garden. Put a patio, put a fountain in, and it's my little fountain. That is a red and yellow, or yellow and red nasturtium back there. This is the nasturtium up close. Isn't it pretty? And I planted these seeds last year. So this is the next nasturtium. It's across the way from it. That is probably 4 different plants. So there's red, there's yellow, and there's 2 different colors of orange in that particular one. Let's see. Wrong way. Helps if you have it go the right direction. Here we go. Get past the snapdragons. Here's a close-up of one of the orange ones in that great big plant. Nasturtiums. Here's the great big plant. And all these are in pots because if you try to grow it in the ground, there's a fungus in the ground that'll kill it. So see this dude? That's my Willie. Oh, I'm going to. Yeah, it's not so secret. Well, Yeah, I've had hawks and all kinds of stuff hanging out in this garden since shut down. That's my Willy boy. He's laying right here beside me, looking out the window that's in front of me. And there he is. I went outside and was trying to take pictures of the snapdragons. So here's the snapdragon that I was trying to get the picture of. That's one. Pink and yellow. And these are big snapdragons, really big ones. Like pink and yellow, you can see that one better. This is the plant. Have you ever seen snapdragons that tall? They're over my head. Those plants are 3 years old. I planted them just before we went into lockdown. And normally snapdragons here die. They're perennial. I just let that grow. If it was going to grow, let it do its thing. So I put the hummingbird feeder there. But the hummingbirds hit the flowers as much as they do the feeder. Yes, this is why my garden attracts animals. This is also why I have mice. Yeah. And then there's this one. I normally grow a tomato plant in here. This pot's big enough for me. If I get in it, I can sit in it up to here. Okay. It's a big pot. I usually grow a 15-foot tomato plant in that pot. That's the cage for the tomato plant. And it grows up and over and back down to the pot again. It grows up to the roof and then back down. Well, I went ahead and planted, go ahead and enlarge it for you so you can see. In there is marigolds, nasturtiums, petunias, sweet William, and sweet alyssum. And they're all going nuts. They're going crazy. One tomato plant has shown up in there, and that's a reseed. I didn't plant it. And there's a little vine here. Oh, you can't really see it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can. This little vine right here is called a coral vine or a queen's wreath. And they love the heat. The whole idea of this pot was for that little seed right there. The birds like to eat them once they get about this big. The next thing I know, they're gone. So I thought, well, if I plant all those other little seedlings, they'll leave it alone. So far, so good. So far, so good. That's my secret garden, you guys. So, yeah. Well, and it also attracts animals because Archangel Michael protects this yard with his shield. So I asked him to. When we went into shutdown, I had repairmen coming, and because I got my water back on and all this stuff, and all these strangers were going to be coming in and out of my house. And yeah, I lived for 4 years without running water. Yeah. When you buy bottled water in the 5-gallon bottles, that's how I learned how to take a shower in a gallon of water. I had really short hair, so it's pretty easy. Harder to do now. It takes about a gallon and a half now. I still do that, though. And there's no sense in wasting the water. I live in Arizona. You look at the Colorado River lately, it's pretty damn low. Lake Powell, it's pretty scary. Parts of Lake Powell showing that haven't been seen in 30 years. Been underwater all that time. Towns, places like that. Yeah. You don't realize that lake buried town, that reservoir behind the Hoover Dam, what all that did. It's a gorgeous recreation area. I can't go there and spend much time because I fry like a lobster in the water in the heat. Blech. Was there once as a child, and the trees in the camping and picnic areas were new, so they were all small. Didn't provide any shade. Only shade you could get was like from your car. You know how hot your car is in the sun? Yeah, I got a sunburn so bad. I ran a fever, and it literally made me sick. So, yeah, I don't go to Lake Powell. I'm too white. Yes. Oh my goodness, and it's Ukraine blue. Every day I pull a card with this blue. Every day. Oh, there's a shower meditation that you can do. That's a cleansing meditation that is amazing. I can't wait till summer hits when I don't have to, like, I can use my shower. I don't use it right now because the hot water heater, my hot water heater the pilot light won't stay lit, so it's turned off. I heat my water on the stove. I shower with a garden sprayer. I saw it on YouTube to use for like camping, and I went, well, why can't I do that every day? You get this bag, it's a black bag from Amazon, and it's for drinking water for camping and that kind of stuff. You put that black bag out in the sun, and it gets so hot inside the water that it'll hold, I think they hold 3 gallons, 5 gallons, that black bag. I can't take it. It's too hot to take it in the shower. So I use a garden sprayer, and I use 50-50 with the heated water from the sun and cold water. So in the summertime, I can go ahead and take a shower because the groundwater is tepid. It's not cold. You want some cold water to drink, you got to keep it in your refrigerator because the tap water, first off, tap water tastes nasty. It's full of chlorine. And then it's it's full of chlorine. Anyway, this card. Stop listening to the negative and tune into the positive. Nope. It's encouraged here, muscle. Because we don't have water like the rest of the world. You know why it's illegal to harvest rainwater in states where it rains a lot? Because if everybody harvested their water, the municipalities couldn't make the money off of the utilities for the water utility. That's why. That's pretty sad, huh? Here, the city teaches classes on how to harvest rainwater, how to store it once you harvest it. People build cisterns that are big enough to drive a Volkswagen Bug inside of to store all the rainwater that they get off their roofs all year long. It's very encouraged here. If we didn't do that, Lake Powell would be dry right now. So in the state of Oregon, you cannot water harvest in the state of Oregon, which is really crazy considering they aren't getting, right now the Cascades has less than 4% of their normal snowpack. So I have a feeling we're going to have another burning year in Oregon and Washington and British Columbia. Well, they keep getting snow at the most weird times, but then they don't get a lot of it, and then it melts. Yeah, You'd have to below the frost line. Yeah, here the cistern won't freeze. Well, and the cisterns that they make here aren't made out of concrete either. A lot of them, believe it or not, are terracotta. You can buy them already made. I would imagine so. Be honest with you, I haven't watched the news in the last couple of days. I know we've been under a red flag warning for the last 3-4 days because we've had really high winds. And we haven't had any rain since around Christmas time, any rain to really speak of. So, yep, it's already, we had, once again, in 2020, in April of 2020, we went into lockdown, right? The end of March, first part of April. And by April 15th, we had 170,000 acre wildfire in the mountains right here. I could watch it from my bedroom window. And it burned for 2 weeks because of the terrain. The terrain is like up there in the mountains, very rocky, a lot like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, where the rocks are stacked on each other and weird rocks. And that was the terrain that they were having to fight a forest fire in, fight a wildfire in. It's going after grass. We have a grass here that's not natural. It's called buffalo grass. I don't know how it got here, but it's pretty much taking over the desert. And the desert doesn't normally have grass unless it's the grasslands. And so the desert just burns because of this stuff. So during spring and summer, there's volunteers that will go out in the desert and dig that damn grass up and haul it off so that it doesn't kill the whole Sonoran Desert. So yeah, Tucson's pretty environmental oriented. People won't do that kind of shit in Phoenix. Well, first of all, Phoenix is too much like Los Angeles. There's too many people up there. Just too many people, period. Oh, is there one up by Casa Grande? Okay. That's about 90 miles north. Not even 90 miles. Because Phoenix is, let's see. Chandler's 91 miles. And Chandler's 40 minutes that you drive from Phoenix, depending on traffic. So, yeah. Casa Grande's a nice small town. A lot of people live in Casa Grande and then work in Phoenix. Casa Grande is one of those. You have Gilbert, Casa Grande, Chandler, Mesa, Tempe. Phoenix is, it's like Los Angeles. It's a bunch of towns that have all run together. Yeah, Scottsdale, Carefree, Mesa, Tempe. Yeah, Tempe and Scottsdale are right next door to each other, and that's where the Arizona State University is in Tempe. So it's pretty close to, it's not far from downtown, actually. I wasn't even thinking. I was just, shuffle and shuffle. What's this card say? Is this really what you want to be doing right now? Actually, what I need to be doing right now, I think, is to go to the bathroom and find some lunch. So I guess that's an appropriate card, huh? This one says, yeah, there you go. I suggest you do this today. Today I will stop and smell the roses. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to Wednesdays. It's always fun, don't always pull cards, but as more people come, we do pull more cards. So I thank you. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Yeah, have your lunch in the bathroom. No, the bathroom is on the way to the kitchen. So if I went to the kitchen first, I'd be in trouble. So, I tell you, I need to go, buddy. I love you guys. Hey, I'll see you tomorrow night, 5 and 6 with Sienna Rose Metaphysical. And you guys have a wonderful day, what's left of your day. I love you all so much. Be kind to one another. Be kind to those you don't know. Be kind to those that aren't kind to you. Most of all, be kind to yourself. Take care of yourself. And if you need to rest and relax and do nothing, I suggest you do just that. And don't feel guilty about it. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean you have to work until you don't have any, wear your fingers to the nubs. You're allowed to rest. You're allowed to veg. If you need to do nothing but just sit in your memories today, sit in your memories today. Okay? Because there's something apparently you need to learn in those memories. Because those memories are a part of shadow work. Shadow work can be bad, feel dark, and shadow work can feel very enlightening. So as you let go of stuff, it's extremely enlightening. Right, Rachel? I love you guys. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.